Hello and welcome to class number 17 of the UPSC Mains Answer Writing Initiative, where we are trying to make you a master of UPSC answers. Doesn't matter what kind of question is asked by the UPSC. In this series, as you know, in every single lecture, we decode and write an ideal answer to a previous year question asked by the UPSC and then give your homework for you also to practice and see if you are learning something new or not. I would really like you all to notice in these 16-17 classes, if you have attended all of them, have you noticed an increased confidence in you with respect to answer writing or not? Think about it. Are you now feeling more comfortable? Are you now feeling better when it comes to writing the answers or not? If the answer to this is yes, I'll be very happy. I think my job will be done. If not, then I would ask you to continue this answer writing series. Also, make sure that you become a part of Telegram channel where you can download the PDF of all of these lectures going ahead as well. In the very first class of this series, we discuss about how to structure an answer, how to write the introduction, what to write in the intro, what to write in the main body, how to divide that, what to write in the conclusion, way forward. In case you have missed that out, go to the description of this video, click on the link of the playlist of this series, go to class number 1 and there you will see how to write these answers. That will be extremely helpful for all of you. Let's see what is the question that we have taken up today. Today we have taken up a question from 2023 GS2 from Indian Polity, specifically from the part of Constitution. The question is, Constitution of India is a living instrument with capabilities of enormous dynamism. It is a constitution made for a progressive society. Illustrated with special reference to the expanding horizons of right to life and personal liberty. Very interesting question. It again has almost kind of two parts. First part, it is saying that our constitution is very dynamic. Dynamic means ever evolving, changing. So we have seen our constitution evolving, changing from time to time. So it's dynamic. Changing in the sense that it is suitable for a progressive society. Meaning that as and when we feel that there is a need to change the constitution to be in line with the current progressive society, we make changes in that. Second part, they are asking you, tell about the expanding horizons of right to life and personal liberty. Let's talk about the second part for now. In the second part, what do you have to write? As you know, the Supreme Court over the many years has expanded the scope of article number 21. Article 21, right to life and personal liberty, includes a lot of things now. Ever since the Maneka Gandhi case was decided, there is a long list of rights that have now become a part of article 21. Including right to privacy, right to marry the person of your choice, right against handcuffs, right to sleep. There is a long list that has now been made a part of Article 21. So, in the second part, you have to give examples of how Article 21 has been expanded. So, the second part is easy to write. Give examples of important Supreme Court cases. For example, the K.S. Puttaswamy judgment, when the right to privacy was considered a part of fundamental right in Article 21. So in the second part of the answer, second part of the main body, you have to write about how Article 21 has been expanded. In the first part, what do you have to do? In the first part, you have to again give examples of how new changes have been made in the Constitution to keep it in line with the new demands of the society. So you can give multiple examples. There is no one example that is valid. For example, let's say, let's take an example of 73rd, 74th Amendment. So you can give examples of demands of setting up grassroots democracy in a progressive society led to the Constitution of India having an amendment in 1992-93 with 73rd, 74th Amendment becoming a part to establish local governance. So these are the kind of examples that you can give. Please be careful here. One mistake that many people might commit in this answer is, while writing examples of changes in the Constitution, you might mistakenly give examples of parliamentary laws. Please understand, parliamentary laws are separate. Those are not changes in the Constitution. For example, if you write about the fact that in 1987, National Legal Services law was passed, establishment of NALSA was done for free legal aid. That was not a change in the constitution. So that does not give, or that is not an example of dynamic constitution. That's a new law passed by the parliament. So over here, you have to write about the changes in the parliament that have changes in the constitution rather that have happened to bring our constitution in line with the progressive society from time to time. So first part is about those examples, and second part is about how the expansion of right to life has happened. This is what you have to write. How do you begin? You begin by talking about how our constitution is dynamic in nature. When we read about the features of the Indian constitution, one of the features that we read is that the constitution is a living document. Means it is changed from time to time, it is altered from time to time depending upon whatever is the requirement. It's a living document. And right to life and personal liberty under Article 21 is a prime example of how it has been expanded from time to time. So again, this is the introduction that you can write. Main body, first part, we will give examples of changes in the constitution with progressive society. Here you can give a lot of examples, whichever you like. I have taken example of abolition of privy purse with time, increasing Lok Sabha seats with time, basic structure doctrine. I'll give you some other examples that you can write. For example, introduction of EWS reservation here can be written. That with a progressive society, the need for EWS reservation was felt. Constitutional amendment has also been done for women reservation in parliament. So if you want, you can talk about women reservation in parliament as well. Again, talk about changes in the constitution, not the common normal laws passed by the parliament. That is separate. So you have to give examples to prove how our constitution is dynamic in nature. These are the examples that I have taken: basic structure doctrine, abolition of privy purses, but these also will be suitable. So again, depending upon whatever you remember at that point of time while writing the answer. Then the second part is about how Article 21, right to life and personal liberty, has been expanded. Again, you can give multiple examples because there's a long list of things that have now been made a part of Article 21 as per the Supreme Court from time to time. I have taken some examples such as right to privacy, the K.S. Puttaswamy judgment, as I said, right to shelter, where the court had said it's a duty of the state to grant houses to the residents, right of transgenders, right to die with dignity. All of these, right to die with dignity, rather important because it led to passive euthanasia becoming a part of Indian laws. All of these are examples of how from time to time Article 21, that is right to life and personal liberty, has been expanded. Again, these are not the only examples that you can give. If you have other examples, feel free to give them, but this is an indication that this is what you have to write over here in this particular answer. You can then conclude it by giving a summarized version of what we have studied, that the Constitution and the Supreme Court have expanded the horizons of right to life and personal liberty, thus underlining the fact that India is blessed with a progressive constitution that aims to fulfill the aspirations of the people. Something like this can be your concluding argument to finish this easy question. Now here's a homework for you. Something again from Indian polity and related to constitution. Explain the constitutional perspective of gender justice with the help of relevant constitutional provisions and case laws. Interesting, slightly tougher question. Idea of gender justice, how the constitution talks about equality or constitution talks about giving rights to women as well. You have to quote relevant constitutional provisions, means what is written in the constitution that indicates that constitution is in favor of gender justice. And case laws basically means important Supreme Court judgments. This is why whenever we are preparing for Indian polity, it's important to read about important Supreme Court cases. Important Supreme Court cases might not be very necessary for prelims exam, but they're extremely important for the mains examination to quote in such kind of answers. If you want, I can check your answers as well. Do send me on this email ID. I'll be happy to give you a feedback within a couple of days mostly. Thank you so much for watching. Do hit the subscribe button if you have not done so far. Do comment and hit the like button as well. Thank you so much. Have a good day ahead. Jai Hind.